Hey, what's up, guys? It's Wave KDX, K-Dot with.
Hey, Brad, Evil Genius is own.
And we're down here at the top of the food chain. So what happened, man?
Tournament's finishing up. They got Smash going on right now. I happen to win Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
This is probably one of the last tournaments. You're going up to Pi tomorrow, right? If I'm not mistaken, the King of the North. But is there any other Street Fighter 4 tournaments you have on the horizon before 5 comes out?
No, not really. I'm just going to go to King of New York, and I'm going to just compete in that. I'm still going to enter for the tournaments that's still going to have it. I think Final Round is still going to have it. Winter Brawl is still going to have it. So I'm going to enter both games, 5 and 4.
Actually, that segues to my next question. You put out a tweet recently talking about your dislike or distaste for Street Fighter 4 not coming on Evo. If you could elaborate on that.
I understand it's a business decision from Evo, and they're like, they're trying to move on to the new. They're trying to like get everybody to play Street Fighter 5. They're like, everybody that plays 4 is going to play 5. Which I think I agree on, that everybody that does play it, they're going to enter it at EVO if you're at EVO, But one thing I don't like is that, it was like 2,200 people or something. So it brought like 2,200 people, then now it's like not there at all, So I feel like it should at least been there one more year, but I understand what they're doing.
All right, so with Street Fighter 5 on the horizon, there was a big talk when 4 came out that there was 09ers. The point of it is there's going to be new blood, and what would you be advice for the 09ers, who are kind of OGs right now in their own right, in comparison for the new kids? What would be your advice to them for when this new wave of players come in?
I didn't like that a lot of when we were coming up as 09ers, a lot of the OGs really didn't like welcome us. They were like, oh, you're an 09er, you're only winning because of this. Like, you found something stupid and you're winning because of it. Stuff like that. I think we should welcome like all the newer players and stuff like that. So like, for the people that's in 5 and they're winning off of some crazy gimmick or something that's going on in the game, respect their gameplay, respect that. You don't have to like what they're doing, but, respect their gameplay and everything,
But why is it that gameplay being different than yours is not respectable?
It's because people expect games to be played a certain way, which is not necessarily true, Like for the rush down guys, some guys get frustrated if you're lame, like you play like very defensive. If you're gonna play very defensive, then some of the rush down guys they don't really like it. Like they started with a lame style. They call it lame. So they're like, oh, you have a very lame play style. And then for some of the defensive guys, they look at that as your rush down as brain dead, brainless. You're just going in, going in with your face first. You know what I'm saying? So they call it that, and then they expect us to play a certain way, like a chess type of game, like a Ryu versus a guy. I feel like that's a very like chess-like match. So with that going on, they expect everyone to play a certain way, but we're playing for a lot of money, so people should be playing however they want to win. If it works, then let them do it. Don't criticize them and talk about how they play if they're winning. But I understand if they're losing, then you can say whatever you want, If they're losing, then you can be like, dude, this is why you suck, this is why you're not winning, this is why you always lose to internationals when they come over here because your play style is like this,
Like, they're getting a little personal?
Yeah. No, that's all of us. We all lose to them. Like, when it comes to internationals, all of us will lose to internationals. I mean, Eduardo does the best, like Pierre Eduardo does the best, I think, against all of us. But I feel like if we helped each other a little more instead of criticizing each other, then maybe when the internationals come over here, maybe we could do a little better,
I think an important caveat to that is if a certain character lets you showcase your playstyle in a certain way, I almost think it's counterproductive to even if they're leading with their face or whatever, like that character's in this game and that person wants to play that way. I don't think it's on. Who are you, it being anyone? Who is anyone to say that this play style is wrong, per se?
I don't believe there's a such thing as a wrong play style. I believe in whatever works. Like, as long as you can get the job done, that's how it should be done. For the longest time, some people look at a lot of people that are just like just go out there. Like, even me, like, a lot of people were looking at me and they were like, oh, well, this guy just moving forward with Cammy. He's playing a cheap character. He just walks forward and he's overwhelming his opponent.
Especially in AE.
Well, that's what I should do. I should overwhelm my opponent. I should just, make you not breathe and just rush you down. Like, just take these dive kicks down your throat and then that'll be that,
And, so my thing with that is if the person's winning with that, they're giving something up. So the reason this character can rush you down is because either they have bad wake up or they have bad whatever. So if you're getting beat by the one thing that's good, then focus on the weakness.
Yeah, that's definitely right. A lot of the rushdown characters like Cammy can be zoned. Cammy can be zoned. Like what are the other characters? I think the only people that really can't be zoned, maybe like a young type of style. But all the other people can be zoned. Akuma, he can be zoned. I was about to say Arturo Sanchez. Filipino champ. Filipino champ actually beats a lot of Akumas. And apparently they're like, oh, you can just teleport in, you can just dive and kick in, you can just do demon flip. You can't do all those things. So all characters have a weakness. If it's low health, if it's they don't do that much damage, it's hard for them to get in, it's hard for them to get started. Every character in the game has a weakness, maybe except for Eva Ryu or something like that.
So I've been following EG for a while. They just won, or not I won't say just won, but they won Dota. I was watching Genesis. I saw the manager run up, give PPMD a hug. I was just kind of curious, what's your thoughts on MG as a whole?
I actually I've always liked EG when Justin first got signed. So, as a guy that was not really in the scene at all, I used to watch this at home. To see Justin get signed to something like Evil Geniuses, because then I had no idea who they were, because all I watched was fighters, and then to look them up and see how big they are, and I'm like, oh, this is a great, this is perfect for the fighting game division, to move in that direction. So to be able to be picked up by a team like this, it's one of the most prestigious teams in eSports, So to be picked up by them, it means a lot to me. They give me this sick jacket and everything, man.
It's pretty fresh.
I like all this stuff. So EG is awesome. My team manager is awesome. My teammates are awesome. Everything about the organization, I love it.
So Capcom is actually focusing really hard on Street Fighter V's online, and I think they should. I think for any esport to really sustain your CSGOs, your League of Legends, online has to be viable. It just gives you the capability to compete at a high level outside of tournament. Because if we can only go offline, and unless you're in these really well-rich areas like your New Yorks and Californias, you're gonna have a hard time practicing at a high level. With that being said, I know Street Fighter 4, you started as an online player and did really, really well offline. Do you have any advice or just comments on online as a whole?
Online is perfect, man. I like it because it teaches you so many things. It teaches you matchups. I never really played for the wins. I just played constantly. I was the number one camera. I actually was the number one guy, period, in vanilla. The number one on ranked
shots
in vanilla, just because I was all I cared about was playing 24/7. I would go to work and then play, and then right before I would go to work, I'm playing and stuff, and I'm always playing crazy. Because I like to, and every time I lost or I saw something I did not understand, I always sent that person a message. Now, some of the guys are nice enough. Yeah, some of the guys are nice enough to be oh, they'll tell you what it was or how to stop it or something like that. Some of them are not. That's up for you to decide if the guy's going to respond to you or not. But it doesn't hurt to send a message if you don't understand something.
I never even thought about that, to be honest. The online.
Yeah. So online, I always send messages. I always try to add them as a friend, to try to get some training in if I didn't understand a matchup or something like that. So I'm probably definitely going to do that for Street Fighter 5. I'm going to play with all my friends offline, but the top guys that are the best Armikas, the best Karens, Kens, Ryu, stuff like that, I'm going to be okay, this is the best Ken or Ryu. Let me add him on my friends list, so if I ever want to train against this match, I can train.
Hey, that's actually really good advice. All right, man, you got any last shout-outs?
No, shout-outs to all the guys out here. Shout-outs to Top of the Food Chain. Shout-outs to Evil Geniuses. Shout-outs to everybody that had me. Thanks for having me out here. It was really fun. I got to leave and go to King of New York now. Go to New York.
Hey, man, thanks for your time, man. Hey, take it easy.